What would you do if your half-sister kidnapped your only child when they were only 10 years old? They got tired of guarding her, so they locked her away in the secret room in the basement for over 2 days without food or water. Welcome to Flip USA, the channel dedicated to exposing the evil deeds of malignant narcissists. This series is related to the events disclosed in the upcoming book, Daddy's Pawn, Daddy's Target. Everything disclosed in these videos and my upcoming book is alleged and my opinion. The topics I am discussing are based on my personal opinions and my memories. I am also sharing what my daughter Melissa told me about her own memories and experiences. My firstborn daughter was such a joyful child. She sang and danced constantly. What would you do if your half-sister kidnapped your only child when they were only 10 years old at the behest of your father, who had secretly tried to test your daughter for psychic abilities? When your daughter refused to participate in the tests, your father and stepmother come up with a scheme to use your husband's infidelity to take your daughter away from you. They kidnapped her, and she kept trying to sneak away to call you. They got tired of guarding her, or just wanted to inflict trauma, so they locked her away in the secret room in the basement for over 2 days without food or water. When they finally let her out of the room, she was confused as to why they let her get to a phone. She says she was so drugged and dehydrated that she couldn't remember her own home phone number, the number she'd known inside and out for years. She sat by the phone and cried because she couldn't even remember how to dial the phone. This is sick and sadistic, not only for her own father, but for her grandpa, my father, my stepmother, my half-sister and brother who live there. There is no excuse for participating in this. This is why I am exposing what they did to my daughter. I don't know if they knew Melissa's dad would abuse and profit from the abuse, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. When this is disclosed, 30 years later, you both piece things together. While she was locked in the secret room, you came to pick her up for your visitation time. Your own father lures you into the entranceway. When you try to call out for your daughter, he grabs you by your throat and pushes you 8 feet back to the front door. He lifts you off the floor, strangling you. You try to kick him to no avail. When you are about to pass out, he starts to attempt to break your neck. Realizing he is about to kill you, your half-sister and stepmother step in and pull at your dad's arms, yelling, "Let her go, let her go. She's not worth it, she's not worth it." He finally lets go, and you crumple on the floor, gasping for air. Your half-sister yells, "Run!" As you crawl out the door, she slams the door behind you. This happened to me and my daughter. I was in total shock. This was not like my dad. Never did I imagine that at that moment, my daughter was locked in the secret room. Immediately after this happened, my stepmother realized they would be implicated and demands that my daughter and soon-to-be ex-husband move out. They move in with Donald's cousin Carlos. It turned out that my husband had his own nefarious plans to profit from the horrific abuse of his own daughter. Many years later, I learned that her own father and Carlos stripped her clothes off and then committed unspeakable acts while my daughter was unconscious. It was evident that Donald made quite a profit. He was a janitor at a public elementary school. He bought himself a Cadillac. I witnessed that he was giving Melissa $500 every week for over a year, up until the custody battle was over. Where did all that money come from? Afterward, they used that abuse to blackmail her into staying silent about the abuse and threaten her, saying that against her will, she must say that she wants to live with her father and not her mother.
Look what we were able to do to your mother. She has no money, no job, no house, nothing. Do you want us to do that to you? If you tell anyone you want to live with your mother, even part of the time, we will do it to you. You'll be so embarrassed. We will destroy your life.
What would you do if they attempted to manipulate your child's mind, trying to lead them to consider ending their own life? If you discovered this had happened to your child, wouldn't you feel compelled to expose the perpetrators? Of course we forgive, but this has to stop. More details of what I did immediately after this will be disclosed in later videos and in the book. Almost 30 years later, my daughter told me she was held in the secret room and told me what my ex-husband did to her. At first, I thought my father betrayed me and my daughter because he really believed my ex, Donald, was innocent of cheating on me. I thought my dad had been deceived by Donald, my stepmother, and the rest of the family over inheritance alone. Then I thought he'd done it for greed. He was selling his home on Wolcott Lake. He wanted all the money from the car accident settlement. He'd manipulated me into paying $30,000 to redeem 3 parcels of land that he was about to lose to a loan company. He used one of the parcels as a down payment on a house in Montrose, Colorado. He'd promised to represent us for free, then he took almost all of the settlement. In 2020, my daughter told me she thinks he wanted to get her away from me, not to traffic her as her dad did, but to use her in a different way. She disclosed that my father had secretly tried to test her for psychic abilities. She said she became angry when she learned they lied to her by promising to give her piano and voice lessons, when in reality there were to be no music lessons, so she refused to play the mind-reading card games. My father tried to emotionally manipulate her into playing, but she was strong-willed. She had me, whom she knew would always stand beside her. They must have thought she would work for them if I was out of her life. My daughter says that it wasn't that she didn't trust me enough to tell me what happened. She feared what my father, stepmother, and her own father would do to her. Who knows? My family may have even been part of the plan to take me out. After the divorce and custody battle was over, Donald called me to specifically tell me that they had planned all along for me to be the one blamed in the divorce. He said they all wondered what took me so long to have an affair of my own, that it was all part of the plan. Then he claimed that my dad hired someone to spy on him during the divorce. He said now that the divorce was over, he could finally go back to doing whatever he wanted and see whoever he wanted. This makes it more puzzling. This is a series of crazy things that happened, and there are so many possibilities of what their agenda really was. Whoever was spying on Donald didn't do a very good job. Donald had done horrific things to his own daughter and allegedly profited from it. This would have been easily discovered. Maybe the spy in my family knew about all of it all along. For many years, my dad claimed to be a strong Christian. He made it a point to talk to the press about it when he was in the state senate. He bought a Christian newspaper called His People. He started a prison ministry called Good News Prison Ministry. He was on the board for Life Center, Calvary Temple's retirement community. Then he was the attorney for Pastor Blair. He'd helped a Christian-owned computer company try to avoid bankruptcy. He'd owned a drug rehabilitation facility that was supposed to be Christian. He started the STEP Foundation, which was a Christian precursor to Habitat for Humanity. He knew E.V. Hill well. He knew all the Christian ministries who were regularly on TBN, CBN, and Daystar. He led the campaign fundraiser in Colorado when Pat Robertson tried to run for president. Then later, he claimed he had loaned Pat Robertson more than $10,000. He was mad that Pat refused to pay him back. He told me he did legal work for the Daystar Network free of charge. He was a main contributor to a ministry in El Salvador called Harvesting in Spanish with Don and Roseanne Benner. He even sent a helicopter down to their orphanage in El Salvador to rescue them during a major conflict. I've started to realize that my father, stepmother, and mother all used to visit with a woman who lived in Elizabeth, Colorado, and claimed to be a prophetess. My stepmother said something to me right after my father passed away in 2004. She said that she and my father were told that I would have serious medical complications in the future. She claimed that my dad wanted to help me when that happened. I asked her who would tell them such a thing about me. My stepmother refused to answer. After the birth of my 5th child, she called and said she wanted to pay for a maid to come to my home for 2 weeks, insisting that it could only be an individual and not a service. She said even though I hadn't had complications, she wanted to get it over with and do what my dad wanted and help me. I was suspicious then, but I knew nothing of gang stalking. The woman who came informed me that Lois would grill her daily about my life and my family before she quit early. It was after this that I also found a strange type of device attached to the top of 2 separate ceiling fans, one in my girl's bedroom and one in the kitchen underneath my bedroom. I'd noticed him reading his Bible each morning when I lived with him, so this was so confusing. My question is, why would my stepmother and father consult a witch or psychic about my future? What on earth? Were they ever Christians? Maybe others who know more than I can help us figure these things out. What if it didn't end more than 30 years ago? Instead, these people stalked, harmed, and interfered with every aspect of your life and your children's lives up until the present. Throughout the years, they have messed up and told on themselves. They aren't very smart, and they've made mistakes revealing what they are doing. They live in another state and have no ties to the state you fled to get away from them, yet they've been caught stalking your family, even as recently as 2021. The people at the small family-owned mail center, where you receive your mail, positively identify your sister and one of her sons, saying they had been hanging around right outside of their business for days. There are no other businesses in the area which could explain this type of behavior, and they thought it was strange. This was at the same time that you notice and take pictures of this person with large shoulders, filming your family and your RV for over an hour at a local campsite. You get reports from clients who know you saying someone is pretending to be you. They've actively interfered with your income and business, spoofing your phone pretending to be you, calling clients and saying you don't want their business, having your children harassed and blackballed from the sport they are gifted in, hacking into your son's college classes and blocking his access while the professor is on vacation, hacking into your computers and scrambling your YouTube videos right in front of you while you are working on them. Then they send threats to your children through your computer. This happened right after you went to visit your mother, and your luggage, with your computer, was broken into. Then you find that someone was given remote access to your home computer when your mother came to visit you. What would you do? What would you do if you had all kinds of evidence that listening devices and cameras had been placed inside your home in Colorado before you flee? Don't they have lives of their own to live? If wicked people get away with their nefarious actions against innocent people, there will be no reason for bad actors to stop. They will continue to harm people with impunity. If you're interested in hearing more of our story for the sake of justice, be sure to check out the following video in this series. Please help us get the truth out by sharing this video, giving this video a like, and consider subscribing if you'd like to go the extra mile and give to the channel financially. The link is in the description below. God bless each of you. I hope that our story will help shed light and help others who are experiencing similar things. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.